Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Cooking Like Medea. My name's Tania. So we're gonna do something a little different today. Y'all ready? I have a taste for some risotto, but I am watching my weight in some things, and so we're gonna do this a little different today. I am going to use a cauliflower rice risotto. I have my butter and the salt in my saucepan melting. We're gonna go ahead and add my frozen onions because remember, I don't buy as many fresh vegetables. I'm going to turn that down some. Cook it down real good. I want good flavor, so I'm going to add quite a bit. We're going to allow those onions to cook. The recipe says 3 to 4 minutes. Of course, that's going to be for your fresh onions. I've never understand for frozen onions why the skin shows up in there. Go figure. Probably add some more. Of course, I'll show you my my measurements and stuff. I did bother to do measurements, so yay. So I'm gonna finish off this little bag here. And yes, I buy separate onions, peppers, and then I also buy the onions, peppers, and celery mix because it depends on what I'm making. Go figure. So that had quite a bit of water in there because they were frozen, right? Makes sense. I'm also going to add my garlic. If you like more garlic, then of course you're going to add more than what is included in the recipe. These are suggestions. The only thing that is standard is when you're baking. And I am not pretty right now to show my face. I am in the middle of a weekend metamorphosis. So excuse my fingernails. Excuse me not having my face on here today. But yeah, I got some things happening. Okay. So that's cooking down real good. We're going to give that a little time. I'm going to add in some salt and pepper and my cauliflower rice. And for this recipe, I am also using frozen for that. If you want to make your cauliflower rice, have at it. Um, that's not where I am right now. You could definitely throw some partially steamed cauliflower into a food processor and chop it up real good. It does a nice thing for you. Salt and pepper. And again, you probably can salt and pepper it a little bit more. You know, I believe in tasting. Now, we don't use the spoon that we stir it with. We use a separate spoon. I'm sure y'all know that, but for those who don't, just want to talk about that. You dip it in once, you taste it, you sit it to the side, you rinse it off, clean it or whatever before you dip it in there again. Again, I know most of you know that already. But for those who don't, someone gave me a compliment on my Cooking Like Medea Facebook page because they said I'm so clean. Listen, I had to learn all of that. You have to be taught all of that. So, onions are nice and translucent, meaning you can see through them. They're soft. The ginger is marrying well. Ginger. The garlic is marrying well with the onions and the butter. And so now it's time to add my cauliflower. I am not pre-cooking this cauliflower. or any of that. I'm throwing this in. I did let it sit out for a little while. I'm going to throw that in and mix that all up. See how that came in and sucked up all of the juices? Gotta fix that. I hope you all are well and staying safe. I'm trying to come up with as much different stuff so you all can get more into the habit of cooking. I might need to add the whole bag of that. Let's see. Nothing like making something good and you didn't make enough. But tomorrow, Thursday, I'll be still in part of my metamorphosis. So yeah, I better go ahead and take care of that. The next thing that I want to add to this is going to be, now it says chicken stock. I'm going to add vegetable stock. And I prefer the low sodium kind. Here is a trick that I often talk about, but it's not actually a part of the recipe. I want to use a dry white wine. So I'm going to cook that down pretty low until what? What am I looking for? A low simmer. I want that liquid to be absorbed by the cauliflower. Cauliflower has a very bland taste. We're building up flavors, but we're still being healthy, and we are watching our carbs. So while that's cooking, we're going to work on another part of this. So I have that down. Again, remember I have nonstick, or not nonstick. I have stainless steel, so I have to make sure that that's good. So why don't we work on another piece of our recipe? All right. So if you're like me, you do many things in your sink. And although you may clean it every time you do those many things, like washing dishes, washing other fruits and vegetables and protein, before you sit something else in here, heck, I wash my hair in here sometimes. But before you sit something else in here, you always want to make sure you're cleaning it. Hot water, bleach, and soap is pretty simple. I also threw pieces of those onions in here. So you want to get all of that clean. Because what are you going to do now? You're going to clean your fish. Simple. Cold water. That's all. So I'm going to switch that. Right? Put on the cold water. And I got some catfish fillets. So I'm going to take those out. I just want to simply rinse them off really well. Who else you know buy 2 pieces of fish? 2 pieces of fish. Everything looks good. Can you add vinegar to that? You can. I don't. Fish is a little different from chicken or from vegetables or fruit. So now I'm going to pat that dry. Okay. Same for that one. I'm actually going to season it right here from the sink because I don't want to do any extra cleaning. And we're right here. I'm still watching my risotto. So let me give it a quick stir. Stainless steel with stainless steel tops. Going to require something different. So we see that? We're going to leave that where that is, and we're going to let that keep cooking down. Okay? So we're back over here. And seasoning. I already have my Cajun mix together. So I'm going to lightly add on just some salt. Ooh, child. I'm not sure if this is better or worse. Probably still better because I can see everything. And then my seasoning. I might put it together, but I think I'm also going to separate it. Seasoning on both sides. Shake the excess off. Pretty simple. I'm also going to rinse my hands over there on that side. Why? Because I rinse my hands in hot water. Cool. Now let's see how to set this up. All right. So now we have our air fryer. I could have used the other one. This one is quicker for me to, the other one is a little difficult to set up. I am going to spray avocado oil, canola oil, whatever you're spraying. So here's the tip. Even if you are, this is canola oil, even if you are wanting to actually fry, you can use your cornmeal if it's fish. You can use your flour if it's chicken. You do this part, and then you spray the actual meat. That gives you your crispness. For your chicken, we went over that you could add a little cornstarch to make it a little crispier. I'm going to add these 2 fillets. Not proud of me. 2 fillets. That's it. I've added that to my basket. I'm going to put that inside because I don't want it extra crispy. I did not use the spray on the actual meat. And then I'm going to hit, this is the fish icon. Oh, turn it on first. I'm going to hit that, and it's going to start on its own. It's going to give me about 10 minutes, probably halfway in between. I'll turn it over. Although it cooks all the way around, it's something about turning it over. Okay? Not going to take long at all. Uh-oh. All right, so we're back over here. I've added in some heavy whipping cream. I've added in some fresh, well, not fresh herbs. I added in some herbs. So I added in some parmesan. And now, instead of just the parmesan, I'm sorry, I added in the herbs and I added in the heavy whipping cream. So now it's time for the cheeses. I'm going to do an Italian blend. It says a cup. You know, I like that. That's right up my alley. So I'm going to add some of that. But I'm also going to add to this mix a little bit of my favorite, Asiago. So I've added in almost a cup of cheese. And now I'm going to add in some of that Asiago that I have. And for all this, can you believe I had this sitting in the refrigerator? So there's that. I'm going to cover that up and let that cook down some more. Because again, what we're doing, look at that. We are getting rid of the moisture. We don't want that much moisture. Okay. All right. Halfway through, we can see that's cooking really nicely. And I'm going to flip it. Okay. And it's going to finish cooking. If I think it needs some more time, I have the option to add on more time to the timer. I told you I was going to do it right at the 5-minute mark. Again, forgive these. Metamorphosis is happening. Forgive me. Okay? And then we'll take a look at it in the 5 minutes. I was talking to my son the other day about air fryers and things, and a lot of people don't know that just because they have those preset temperatures and the preset time does not always mean that'll work. The piece of meat or the piece of whatever could be thicker than what they're imagining. It could be heavier than what they imagine. So you always want to look. You always want to check. If you have a thermometer where you can poke in a piece of meat and check it, then you always have that option as well. Otherwise, if old school, you want to cut it in the middle and see what it does, that is always, always, always an option. I keep this close by. And if I want to see what the measurement is or what the temperature is, this is what I do. Okay? Awesome. All right, finale. I had some cream of spinach from before that was in the freezer. Warm that up. And now here's my cauliflower rice risotto. It smells so freaking good. You see that? Then I'm going to take a piece of my fish. There we go. And I'm going to lay that right across the top there. And for those of you who don't like your food to touch and all that kind of stuff, I would say grow up, but I'm not going to be that petty. I kind of already did say grow up, huh? I am going to enjoy this, and I hope you have enjoyed Cooking Like Medea. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. And yeah, this is my weeknight eating. How about that? It's pretty cool. Stay safe. Cook more at home. Talk to you soon.